Hello and welcome to Slow Start Pokemon, the channel for fun and experimental teams and strategies. So today I've got for you a couple of Tera raid support builds, which are not the ordinary ones that you might see online. I've tested these out in quite a few raids with other people, and they do seem to always add something useful to the team. Now we know that you could always get an Iron Hand, a Umbreon, that will do you for virtually any Pokemon, but if you want to try something different, or have a bit more fun or challenge, or perhaps want a greater sense of satisfaction that you've really worked together as a team in order to defeat something, then these builds might well be for you. So my thinking on support builds is that you really want them to be useful in all times in the game. So not just the initial phase where you're trying to set up and reduce the stats of the Pokemon that you're battling, but also in that phase where the shield goes up, or they take away the stat boosts that your Pokemon have got. For example, maybe you've got someone that's belly drummed, and then they take away that stat boost, and then what are you going to do? So they're all really focusing on being able to attack the opposing Pokemon at all times, or else when they can't attack, because the shield's up, they're going to be doing something else by means of supporting your fellow teammates. So as you will have seen from the little picture on the bottom right, we're taking through the three builds. They're all very much specced up with their EVs to focus on hit points and defense and special defense, where there's that little bit of focus on the defense, more on the special defense side. That's because in the case of those two Pokemon, their base stats are higher for special defense, and therefore I'm just trying to compensate for that. I know you could say, well, you should really play into the strengths of the Pokemon rather than trying to sort of negate them, but I really just like to try and build things so that they sort of stand a reasonable chance at anything against anything, rather than necessarily being excellent against one thing and then totally useless against another. So you'll also see the moves. There's several moves that are in common there, which are moves which can reduce the opponent's attack or special attack. And my philosophy behind that really is that it gives people more time to set up, and really the thing that really eats up your timer the most, I think, is when your teammates get KO'd, and therefore anything you can do to prevent that happening, or with Pokemon which use a lot of setup moves themselves, you can prevent them getting to the stage where they will sort of steamroller, where something gets fainted, it comes back in, gets hit and fainted immediately again. So that's why there's those attack using moves, because I think really that helps maintain your timer the most. And then of course they can switch over to things like the acid spray or helping hand when the shield goes up to continue helping out the team, rather than just being a sort of sitting duck with no moves that they can do during that period where the shield's up, which seems to be the case for some support builds. So two particular things to note that the Vaporeon and the Grafari will bring to raids is the Vaporeon, of course, water absorb, which means if you're against a Pokemon that's going to be using water moves, for example the Greninja event this Pokemon was very useful for, of course you're going to be getting healed up, so that's just an extra bonus for it. And with the Grafari, the fact that it's got that prankster ability means that sometimes you're going to be getting your taunt off first of all, before certain Pokemon can use things like Yawn or whatever else, and that just makes it that bit more useful than perhaps a Taunter that wouldn't necessarily get to go first. Of course, the caution with that is you don't want to use it on a Tera Dark type, because the prankster ability will fail there. So I hope that's inspired you to have a thought about some different kind of builds you might be able to make to help people see something interesting online. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.